God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. God is in everything you see because God is in your mind. What's good, fam? We made it to lesson 30. Yeah, lesson 30 of A Course in Miracles. What a great time to be alive. We are here, we are present, we are woke, we are blessed, and we remember who we are in this very moment. So that deserves a celebration. Today, we are going to read lesson 30. We're going to apply it together. We're going to discuss what we read and applied. And this is just going to be one step closer to us never having to fall asleep again because we know who and what we are and the power that lies within us, me and you, and every single person that we know. Every single one of us is the same reflection that me and you are. And only when we're asleep can we not see that. But because me and you are here joined together today in union with one another, remembering this powerful information and truth, we can see that for other people so that way they remember as well. Now, let's dive straight into this. If you got the book, you already know what to do. We on lesson 30. And if you don't got the book yet, let me know and I will get that thing for you because I need you to have it because it's just powerful stuff right here, you know? But for the meantime, though, on a serious note, the PDF is in the description. So go check that out, open it up, download it, and read along. And let's go ahead and begin right now, okay? Lesson 30 of A Course in Miracles. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. The idea for today is the springboard for vision. From this idea will the world open up before you, and you will look upon it and see in it what you have never seen before, nor will what you saw before be even faintly visible to you. So right now, it's implying that what we are seeing in this moment right now, mainly if you're sleeping, you're reading this. So what it's saying that on a regular basis, what we're seeing is images that we have made. We're not actually seeing it all. We are just viewing all the images that we made to cover up what's really there. So nor will what you saw before even be faintly visible to you. So in this instant right now, I'm pretty sure that you're woke with me. I could feel it. I could feel the joy emitting forth from you. And I'm pretty sure you feel it from me as well. And in this instant, we are here when we are whole and we are one with God. And we see everything with God because God is in our mind. But whenever we fall asleep, this is letting us know that we are going to see what we have never seen before, which is what we are seeing now. We are seeing the real world for what it really is, which is love, it's light, it's all a reflection of God. It's so beautiful when you get to this point that we have reached because we see that nothing that ever made us fearful before can reach us now because it is simply not there. Today, we are trying to use a new kind of projection. We are not attempting to get rid of what we do not like by seeing it outside. Instead, we are trying to see in the world what is in our minds, and what we want to recognize is there. Thus, we are trying to join with what we see, rather than keeping it apart from us. That is the fundamental difference between vision and the way you see. So one thing before we continue, I do want to say, it says, today we are trying to use a new kind of projection. So in the text, it talks about a lot about these two topics. It talks a lot about projection and extension. Now I'm going to simply just define those real quick so we know what they mean as we go on. So whenever you extend something, you are basically putting forth something, but you have to have what you're putting forth, what you're giving. Therefore, love is what you are. Light is what you are. Happiness, joy is what you are. So whenever you make other people feel that joy and happiness and you're giving that, you're extending because you extend what you have and what you are. So you're extending. Projection is the opposite. Projection is whenever you make a comment about someone or a joke about someone that makes them feel like insecure and you're doing it intentionally, or you're making them feel angry or fearful, or you're seeing something outside that is scaring you, what's happening is that you believe there's fear that exists within you, and in that moment the ego is projecting that outward, making it appear like it's out there, so that way you feel like you're not the problem and the problem's out there. But remember, you are love and light. You are literally created by love and light. So you are an extension of that, and you have nothing else. You have no fear, no worry, no doubt, no form of any type of fear that fear takes. No, none of that. So whenever you make an image and you perceive fear within you and project it outside, that's why it's called projecting. You can't extend fear because you can't extend what you don't really have. So that's why today's lesson, it states, today, we are trying to use a new kind of projection. We're not attempting to get rid of what we do not like by seeing it outside. And that's exactly what the whole world is doing right now. They are trying to get rid of something that's within that they don't like by projecting it outward, so that way they feel like he's the problem or she's the problem, or it's this person or group of people who did this. That's why my life is the way it's like right now. But it's always us, and whenever we know that, then we regain the power and control that we hold that made those situations come about. And just as easily as we made something that was undesirable, we can instantly make it desirable. We can change that whole entire situation. And the first step to changing the situation is to viewing the situation differently, by perceiving it differently. And as you perceive something differently, it begins to change, because remember, what's out there is not cause. Everything we see is not cause, that's effect. Our perception is the cause. Me and you are the cause of what we're seeing outside, and that's just happening next. That's happening after we, and most people, whenever we're asleep, we see what's happening out there, the illusions, the situations, the events, whatever's happening us that's disturbing us or causing us uneasiness, and we think that it's happening to us, and we get upset, and we try changing this, or we try to get people to change how they're acting and behaving in order to make us feel better. But that's just a unnecessary way to go about things, because it's, first of all, not going to work. You may be able to get one or two people to change the way they're acting to please you, but you can't do that with everyone here. And I'm pretty sure that we've tried that by now. It's not going to work. So how about we change our perception of them and see them for who they really are? The only way we can see them for who they really are is to see ourselves for who we really are. And then we will see that there's nothing this person could do, or nothing outside of me that can happen in a way that will get me upset, because I am cause, and I am the one who is perceiving what I see. And if I don't like it, I am in the perfect position to change my perception in order to be pleased by what I'm seeing outside of me. Let's continue. Today's idea should be applied as often as possible throughout the day, whenever you have a moment or so. Repeat it to yourself slowly, looking about you and trying to realize that the idea applies to everything you do see now, or could see now if it were within the range of your sight. Real vision is not limited to concepts such as near and far. To help you begin to get used to this idea, try to think of things beyond your present range as well as those you can actually see as you apply today's idea. Real vision is not only limited by space and distance, but it does not depend on the body's eyes at all. This is not real vision. This is just such a limited range of what our eyes could see. Remember, these eyes are just vibrational interpreters. They only see a small portion of what's on the spectrum of light. That's all we see. And if that sounds crazy and hard to believe, let's take an example of something else real quick so we could understand this a little bit more. And I'm not even going to call it a concept, because it is truth. It's not something that needs to be believed in order to make it real. It just is, and we're unaware of it. But just like how our eyes only perceive this tiny fraction of this vast perspective, and that may sound hard to believe, then let's take a dog whistle, okay? Dogs' ears are more sensitive than ours. They are able to pick up a much more broader frequency when it comes to their ears. Remember, all your senses are vibrational interpreters. So our ears are interpreting vibration, and we are translating, our ears are translating vibration into, which is vibration, that it's information. Vibration is information. Your ears are translating that information into something that's conceivable to you, something that is understandable, and it makes sound. So although it may appear like I'm talking right now and you hear me, what's really happening, and I learned this a lot by making music on my DAW, I could see the waveform of the audio, and all my voice is, or anything for that matter, that we interpret with our ears is vibration, it's sound. So you are hearing me and what I'm speaking right now, but if you were to look at it and see my vibrations measured, you would just see that your ears are just translating what I'm saying right now. That's all it is. Now, to continue, if you take a dog whistle and you blow it, and you blow the whistle, you and me are not going to hear nothing, because that frequency that is currently being transmitted is way beyond our level of perception. But the dogs could hear it, which means that it is in fact there, although me and you can't perceive it. So that's really not something hard to believe. And that's kind of what's going on right now with our eyes. We don't have true vision as of yet, because there's still much that we have to unlearn of this world in order to regain our true perception that we had whenever we first got in these bodies as babies. They're way smarter than we are, because they haven't forgotten who they were, and they haven't learned anything that obscures vision. Now, just like the dog hears this dog whistle that me and you cannot hear, doesn't mean that that is not happening. It's obviously being perceived by the dog, who has a different vibrational interpreter in their ears. Same thing with me and you. There's so much going on right now that we don't perceive, and we have just tiny little limited perception here in these bodies, and we think that whatever we're thinking, we are just asleep in those moments. We are thinking that we don't know how it's going to come about. We doubt that we are going to get the financial situation back in order, or we fear that this person's going to treat us in a way that's going to make us feel uncomfortable, or whatever situations may be going on in our personal lives. That's what we perceive. But that's just this tiny little spectrum of our perception that's really out there. Whenever we remember who and what lies within us, then we could ask for guidance 24/7, because that connection and communication link is with us all the time. We have the answers 24/7, without books, without audios, without anything outside of you. You are in direct communication right now with God, with pure positive source energy, whatever you want to call that higher power that you are an extension of, that I am an extension of. What we call it is irrelevant, because what we call it is not going to change truth, because truth is unalterable, unchangeable, and just know that that higher power does exist within you as you. And whenever we know that, then this life will go so much more smoothly, because we take it less seriously. There's really nothing in this world that could harm you. There's really nothing in this world that should make you upset. If we ever get upset for anything, which I'm pretty sure we do on occasion, then it's just power of awareness. Again, we have to wake up and understand that what I'm perceiving right now is because of something that is within me that I need to release by filling it with love that is already there. Remember, love is within us, dwells within us, as us, and it is in everything else outside, because remember, lesson 30, God is in everything I see, because God is in my mind. So the new kind of projection that the book talked about in this lesson just a minute ago that we discussed, the new kind of projection, the extension that we are reaching for, is understanding that God is in our minds. Think of, I'm gonna give a great example, okay? So these are like very old, this is a very old technology, but it's like a tape projector. So what it is like, think of a VHS, okay? It's a VHS, and it's literally a string of this clear film, and it's just snapshots of pictures, and it's like a motion picture. So it's just many different pictures, and whenever you play it, it looks like it's a video moving, but it's just a bunch of pictures. Or if you've ever seen those books where like they have little pictures on them and you go like that, it's just one picture, but if you move them all together, it looks like there's a animated character that's happening right there. Well, take this old school technology, the film projector, and this is how it works. It's the machine, there's a light source connected to it that is shining on the film with the pictures on it, and the film is moving and the light's shining through the projector, and the light is being displayed on the wall or whatever material that it's being displayed on, and we are seeing the light, but it is the image on that film that we are seeing, and we're not seeing the pure light. We are seeing the image that's on the film. Now, the whole reason why I mention this is because the light that dwells within you is God. God is in your mind. That is the light. That is you. Now, me and you, with this untrained mind of ours, have made images that we are going to call film. We made images about fear. We think that something is capable of harming us, which is farthest from the truth. We think that we lack something with it, which is furthest from the truth. We are all these illusions going on. We think that we're not good enough. We think we don't have enough. We see this very expansive world that we live in, this diverse world, and we see so many people who are attractive. We see so many different people who are great at what they do, who are talented, and we see this world with so much it has to offer. And if we don't know that we are also one with and a part of everything that we're seeing, we're going to feel like we're not good enough. We're going to feel like we don't have enough, because from our perspective, we're looking at this world and we think everyone has it made and we don't. But I promise and I can assure you, me and you really do have it made, and we are the light. And because of that film, that is the images that me and you are making, that film is going to be it's going to be why we see what we see. So if we are believing in fear and we are believing that we are unsafe, that we're not saved already, that something needs to happen in order for us to make us feel good enough, and all these outrageous illusions that we believe for who knows why, that's going to be our film. And the light that is us shining on that film is going to project those images, and we're going to see that stuff and think it's real. But I promise you it is not, because God is in everything I see, because God is in my mind, and God is in everything you see, because God is in your mind. And when you know that, and whenever you understand that that light that exists within you as you is what's shining on the film that me and you have made, we are going to want to pay attention to the film that we're making, the images that we're making, and we are going to ask, is this really what I want to see, or would I like to change the images that I have and replace them with what truly is, so that way I can see this world as it really is, which is beautiful, it's expansive, it's diverse, it's talented, it's love, it's happiness, it's joy, and that is within everyone and everything that we see. And this is the world that me and you are a part of. We are one with everything and everyone that we see. Me and you are not separate. Although it may appear like I'm in this space by myself alone, I promise you I'm really not, because I know who I am and I know who you are for you. And me and you know who we are together for this world. And we are here to show that we are not alone here. We are very much a part of something much greater, but we can't perceive that with these physical senses of ours. Remember, these eyes only perceive a very small spectrum of light. Our ears only interpret a very small spectrum of vibration, which is called sound, to our ears. Our nose only interprets a small percentage of smell, and that's also true if you take a dog, for example, or an animal. They most of the time have much better sense of smell than we do, and they could smell things and people and sense that me and you can't. Thank goodness, because I don't know if we would want to do that, but you get what's going on here. There's so much happening. Me and you are a part of this world, and me and you are one. Me and you are united, and whenever we don't see ourselves united with everyone and everything, we feel like we need to be protected against something. We feel like we are alone over here in this tiny little box that we have made for ourselves that we didn't know we made for ourselves. And we're trying to figure out the meaning of life. We're trying to figure out how we could be better and have more, and all these illusions that are stemming from lack that is really not there. And when we see the world as it really is, oh boy, will you just be mind blown. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what you are right now, because I know I am. So until tomorrow, I will catch you for lesson 31, and may you never be the same.